Hey, I'm back. It's Mass from BonkTable, doing another Twitch break for Amulet D20. Today, well not today, right at this moment, what you are watching right now, you over there, viewer, I see you. You are watching Temperówki, the Dwight Home list. This is, I am sorry for butchering your name in a moment, Dziadziumil. I'm going to leave that pause. This fine gentleman is playing Dwight. By the looks of it, he is playing the Temperówki. Maybe this is how you say Temperówki in Polish, or Ukrainian, or German, or whatever. I don't know. I have those backgrounds, but I'm not them. But the interesting thing about this Dwight list is that it's playing in the Temperówki. So this is going to be using the elemental power tokens, or as I would like to call them, the Ogum coin, as the Dwight become crypto traders in the last little bit. We're running a Tempered Steel Shaper Warlord. This guy is really fun because every time you awaken a Forged or Tempered Regiment, one of the two, someone can look into that a little deeper, you're going to be able to heal the regiment 2 wounds. This is going to be really effective just keeping your wounds topped up. It isn't going to regenerate any stands because Dwight is all wound 5, and you need to heal at least 3 wounds to stay alive. However, this is going to keep a lot of things topped up, as I've previously mentioned. Let's get into some of the specific things on the Tempered Steel Shaper, because it is very interesting to talk about him. He is Supremacy should be the first thing we talk about. What is? Oh, wow. Theus, Antitheus, Synetheus. If I mess that up, just let me know. So this is the all-use active part where he's going to heal. In addition, once per game, non-monster Forged Regiments may immediately spend 3 elemental tokens to heal 5, so that's going to regenerate a stand. You might... Can you regenerate 2 stands? So if you top up... No, you won't be able to regenerate 2 stands even if you fill up, because it's 2 different instances of healing, and you won't be able to carry over the 7, and kind of needs to be 8 to do it. Yeah, you won't be able to bring 2 stands back. So it's going to be the top up and then a full heal to get back a stand. And then once per game... during this round, a friendly Forged Regiment activates immediately. Add an elemental power marker to your elemental power pool. So if you're low on tokens, you can just choose a Supremacy. Everyone on addition just generates more tokens. He's got a good spell list. Honed Blades. Target regiment reroll 6s during a class. Should they be tempered, get Deadly Blades. Unmake Armor. The attunement value is the target's defensive stat, and they suffer -1 to the defensive character and lose Harden. So that's going to be really nice. And lastly, Tempered Steel, or sorry, Temper Plate. Friendly regiments gain Indom and Tenacious 1. So overall, pretty good choices of spells. I believe he does not do the auto success while in melee or on friendlies anymore by the looks of it. He, however, does not suffer interference, and all Forged within 10 of him require 1 additional success to cast for enemies. So he is the anti-magic guy. And it's more tuned in such a way that he just can do his stuff. In this fine gentleman's list, he has Gifted in Flame. So if we scroll down, the character adds +1 to his attack and gains the Gifted Draw event. Add an elemental power token to your power pool every time he draws a card. So that's really nice. I believe every time he casts a spell, he's also going to be adding elemental power tokens. So already, just off the bat, you can see that elemental power tokens are not going to be an issue for this list. And there's probably going to be a couple more ways to generate tokens with the army, and then also spend those tokens. For him getting +1 attack, the big reason for that going up to attack 5 is because he has Smite just built into his profile. Like, yeah, no, Smite's good. And then he has the Pharaohic Throne. What is he's going to be riding a Stoneforge? Is this their Pharaohic Throne? Give anything specific? Let's have a quick check on that. All friendly Forged regiments with an 8 of this regiment gain Unstable Alloys. Unstable Alloys is... they gain Untouchable against the volley action with an 8. So that's actually really good. Good anti-shooting tech right there. Really nice. Infernal Automata gain Mainstay. That's fine. You know, they got some good stuff. Set that line of engagement. They're a light. Overall, Infernal Automata becoming a mainstay, now no longer being restricted for tempered lists, has actually improved their stock. They are no longer fighting to be either Stoneforge, Hellbringer Drakes, anything like that. So these guys are going to be a good mainstay that can be used. Stoneforge, Ronan can either choose to heal 3 or add +2 to his March Heuristic every time it uses elemental power token. Oh, This thing's not going away anytime soon. So yeah, the Stoneforge is going to be healing. Its defensive side of D4, R4 is going to be really annoying to deal with. Unstable alloy to give reroll 6s while getting shot at D4. It just means that it's going to be really annoying to kill. It is Clash 3 with 10 attacks. However, they are Cleave 2 and Terrifying 1. So it's going to do work. It wants to get stuck in on a zone, and the Tempered Steel Shaper really wants to support the army from this point. This is the ultimate castle in the Dweig Castle. Tempered lists still perform a Dweig Castle type build style and play style, but now it seems like the Stoneforge has been set up to be the center point for that style of list. Next warband, we got another Steel Shaper. Woo! Who's got the Crown for +1 March and Impact +2, and World Breakers, so the defense and resolve of the character and the regiment will not be able to go under 3. The regiment, while they are awakened, the character just baseline. Who cares about that? But it's mostly for the regiment, simply because the Magma Forge here are 5 stands. There's a bunch of them. They are going, and they have a Heralded Magma for Line Breaker, so they're Cleave 2 with Line Breaker and Aura Death 4. I Clash 3 for attacks. They can spend Elemental Power tokens to get +2 to their charge, or +1 defense. This is going to be the anvil of the list. This is going to be really hard to, a tough nut to crack, especially with the healing from the spellcasting and when they awaken stuff. So Magma Forge is going to be around for a while, generating elemental tokens to spend to get all these abilities. Next, we have Fire School, Tempered Sorcerer, and a unit of Fire Forge. That's fine. I got really nothing else to say about that. Like, we all know where this is going. There are, like, the thing about this you got to watch out for is the army rule where they spend like 2 tokens and add a wizard level per 2 tokens up to 6. So this guy can easily be Wizard 10 and throwing a fireball at somebody. No one wants that. Well, you want it as the player. Your opponent does not want that because they don't want to die. And being in a unit of Fireforge, it's just a good unit to shoot with. It's a good unit to form your wall with and hold on to a flank. D3, R3 with a shield, so they're D4, R3 with the 5 wounds. Going to be really solid with the Tempered Steel Shaper's healing going off. It's going to keep them alive and be really annoying. We then get into our next warband. What is the Lost Ancestor? He's choosing the Steel School. The Steel School is the same school as the Tempered Steel Shaper. Didn't realize they gave this a school, to be honest. Yeah, it is a new school. Look at that. I thought it was just going to be Earth, Fire, and Magma. And he couldn't take Steel, but he can. So he's going to be getting all the buffs. So it looks like a lot of either Indomitable and Tenacious 1 is going to be cast because it's not scaling. A lot of armor reduction is going to be cast, even if it is scaling. And then also rerolling 6s on hits and giving Deadly Blades to units. Because I think everything in here is either tempered or forged. Found is ardent, forged, and tempered. Jesus. Yeah, looks like everything is either tempered or forged or both. So really, this is just going to add more to it. He's got the Champion Horns, what I believe gives +1 attack. It sure does. And Bloody Minded Focus. Let's have a quick look at what that does. He always dies fighting. Nice. So, I believe off the bat, the character stand, he's ignored for the personal line of sight, and in addition can never die fighting. But now that he has a 5-point upgrade that allows him to die fighting, I'm not sure how that works out. I want to say it does work. I don't see why not. You paid 5 extra points for it. The reason why I think they didn't want this thing die fighting because it is Clash 3, 6 attacks at Cleave 2. But there are other things in the game that do die fighting, and I don't know why he wouldn't. Maybe it's just a lore reason, like it's a suit of armor possessed by the ghost of a wizard, and that's why it doesn't die fighting, because the wizard, it's like, oh, my connections have been lost, my mech suit's dead. Like, oh no. But yeah, that's fine. That's a nice little 5-point upgrade, to be honest. He's got a unit of Found with their Barrage 3, range 14. So Found, I still don't super value them. They do got a decent barrage, and for like their shooting output, you know what, it's decent. It's not the greatest. There's better things, especially in the faction, that can be used. But they are size 2, so they're gonna see over everybody. They are defense 3, resolve 4, 6 wounds. So they are just a pain to like fight through and kill. And they're just kind of annoying, and it's a gun that can shoot through all over your other stuff. And you kind of want your opponent to kind of hit you, bounce off of you, and you kill them and push out. And that's kind of how the Tempered lists have been playing in Dweig Home since they have been made in the Dwight Castlemont stuff. For the empowerment, +1 barrage and extend the distance by 4 is fine. I don't remember what battery does. So, you know, getting up to barrage 4 is getting nice. Let's just quickly read battery on the found. The -1 to movement if you hit them. It's fine. I just find more value in loss, and I think the swap from found to loss would just be better in the list overall. You got a lot of melee threats, so maybe that's why you wanted the additional shooting, because you got 2 shooting regiments here. But you also have some really good spell casting with the Lost Ancestor and his like Litanies of Battle or Song of Defense spell, which does like for every regiment that's awakened by him, it does 2 hits. Targeting the Resolve. Tempered Sorcerer under fire is going to be fireballing people, so it's really good there. The Lost Ancestor, I wouldn't be surprised if he was stuck in with the Steel Forge. It's a big brick of 5. Steel Forge or D4, R4, and you can also spend a token and then spend like spend a token, get +2 attacks, and then you can also spend like an additional 3 token, or may spend 3 to gain both, so +2 attacks and harden 1. You kind of pick or choose on your first token, but +2 attacks up to 7 attacks on Clash 3, and then casting like because he's a Forge Tempered, the reroll 6s inspire. So you got 4s reroll 6s on Cleave 1 with 7 attacks, and there's a big blob of them. That's just good. Harden 1 on them just makes them more difficult to kill, and then the little bit of healing. Like you're never going to be out of tokens with this list and how it generates. It's going to give anti-magic with the Steel Shapers. It's going to give anti-range with the Stone Forge. It's kind of condensed, just because of how they have to play around the officers and the different characters. It has got a lot of utility in how it moves around its various tokens. It's generating tokens to a degree that it shouldn't have issues having a bunch of tokens to do everything it wants to do. So overall, I think this is a really good list. I like it a lot. I do agree with found in this choice. My own preference, I would take Lost, but that's a-okay. I think this is a pretty solid list. I'm excited to see how... I don't even know, once again, how to pronounce your name. How this fine gentleman does at Amulet D20, and I think he's going to do very well. So with that, let's get on to the next list.